Welcome to SATV News. This is Nouri Alamin with the headlines. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina sought support from the Asian Development Bank ADB to implement Delta Plan 2100. 5 Dhaka College students put on 3-day remand for assaulting police during New Market violence. Severe cyclonic storm Oshoni over the West Central Bay and adjoining Southwest Bay moved northwestward. Heavy rainfall likely in 3 divisions. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina on Monday sought support from the Asian Development Bank ADB to implement the Delta Plan 2100, saying that it's very important for Bangladesh. The Premier made the request when Vice President of ADB Operations 1, Shi Jin-chen, paid a courtesy call on her at official Ganabhavan residence in the capital this morning. Prime Minister's Press Secretary Ihsanul Karim told media briefing after the meeting. The Prime Minister also sought ADB support to foster the regional cooperation, particularly in the areas of connectivity, trade and energy cooperation during the meeting. The ADB Vice President assured of being with the Bangladesh in its development effort. The Premier highly appreciated the cooperation on the ADB during the pandemic period. In the last 3 days before Eid, roughly 7.2 million people left the capital to celebrate the holidays with their beloved ones, but not before enduring the various hardship during the journey itself. But now that people have started returning to the capital, they are being made to pay excessive fares for tickets, further compounding their miseries. Besides this, the scene from the traffic jam has started returning to the road of the capital under the pressure of people heading for the Dhaka in search of livelihood. In the meanwhile, due to the non-observance of the traffic rules, intense commotion is being created somewhere. As a result, city dwellers are wasting long working hours in their cars. Passengers also fear that the suffering on the road would increase in the future. A Dhaka court on Monday placed 5 students of Dhaka College on a 3-day remand, each in a case filed over assaulting policemen during recent violence at New Market. Dhaka Metropolitan Magistrate Tamanna Farah passed the order after investigation officer of the case Haldar Arpit Thakur, an inspector of the New Market Police Station, produced the accused before the court and sought a 5-day remand to interrogate them. Those remanded are Abdul Qayyum, a student of Accounting Department, Polash and Irfan, both from the Social Science Department, and the Faisal from the Bangla Department, and Junaid from the Islamic History Department of the Dhaka College. Believing the businessman was a mistake, as they have heard and hide the edible oil prices abnormally in the local markets after Eid, Commerce Minister Tipu Munshi said today. The businessmen were asked to maintain a stable supply of the edible oil in the local market and not to increase its prices during the Ramadan. The minister also said the businessmen didn't increase the prices during the month of the fasting, but they hoarded oil 10 days before the Holy Eid al-Fitr and the whole supply chain was abnormally disrupted, he also said. Severe cyclonic storm Oshoni over the West Central Bay and adjoining Southeast Bay moved northwestward and now lies over the West Central Bay and adjoining area. Met Office bulletin said it's likely move in a northwesterly direction. Maximum sustained wind speed within the 64 km in the severe cyclonic storm center is about 89 km per hour, rising to 117 km per hour is gust or squalls. Sea will remain high near in the severe cyclonic center. Maritime ports of the Chattogram, Cox's Bazar, Bangla and Paira have been advised to hoist the distance warning signal number 2. All fishing boats and trawlers over the North Bay and Deep Sea have been advised to remain close to the coast and proceed with caution. They are also advised not to venture into the deep sea. Viewers, we're taking a short break. Stay with us. Welcome back. You are watching SATV News. Now, news from abroad. Vladimir Putin tells a huge military parade in Moscow's Red Square that Russian troops in eastern Ukraine are defending the motherland. He also said the invasion of the Ukraine, what he called a special military operation, was necessary and had been provoked by the West. He says Russia urged the Europe to find a fair compromise, but they didn't want to hear them. However, he doesn't make any major announcement related to the war, including the declaring victory or full-scale mobilization. With the PTI's planned long march to Islamabad approaching, former Prime Minister Imran Khan told the Shehbaz Sharif-led government that 2 million people will come to the federal capital, irrespective of how many containers are put up to create hindrances. The PTI chairman also said that while addressing a public gathering in the Abbottabad, the former Prime Minister told his supporters that the incumbent government fears their passion and added that 11 parties had gathered to remove him from the power. Continuing his claim, the United States conspired to remove him from the power. Imran Khan said that the incumbent leaders were involved in the process. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has vowed to take legal action against PTI chairman Imran Khan for his anti-state speech during a rally in Abbottabad held on Sunday. Sri Lanka's Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa has resigned amid mass protest at a government handling of the economic crisis, officials said. The move came as the island was placed under the curfew after violence clashes between the Rajapaksa supporters and anti-government protesters at Colombo. At least 78 people have been injured in the violence in the capital, a local hospital said. There have been protests over the soaring prices and power cuts since the last month.
As Prime Minister, the situation remains tense in the capital.
Voting is underway in the Philippines, with millions queuing across the island to choose their next president. The main tipped to win a presidency is Finland. Bongbong Marcos Jr. was the son of the nations of the former dictator. The polls suggest he may see a landslide victory, meaning the Marcos clan, ousted by the People's Revolt 36 years ago, could reclaim power. His main rival is Leni Robredo, a rival who narrowly beat Mr. Marcos in the 2016 vice presidential race. Before ending, we go through the headlines again. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina sought support from the Asian Development Bank ADB to implement Delta Plan 2100. 5 Dhaka College students put on a 3-day remand for assaulting police during the Newmarket violence. Severe cyclonic storm Oshuni over the West Central Bay and adjoining Southeast Bay moved northwestward. Heavy rainfall likely in the 3 divisions. You are up to date with our top stories so far here on SATV, and to know the latest news, visit www.satv.tv. Stay with SATV.